So for the past several months, ever since the Fortis waders came out, I've pretty much only been using these. Now, these are quite an expensive investment at £170 a pair. However, there's a few things about these that sort of make them worth that for me anyway. First of all, being a cameraman, I spend a lot of time on my knees, if you excuse the expression, and they've got double stitch sort of reinforced knees, so that is going to be much more hard wearing than standard waders without. They're also very lightweight. Sounds silly because you're wearing them and it might not make too much of a difference, but if you're the other side of a lake, you go to photograph a fish for your mate and you've got to either carry them or wear them, heavier waders can be a bit of a pain to walk around in, so these are much better for that. The neoprene line boots are very, very easy to get into, and they've got the reflective band around the top. I'm a really clumsy angler anyway. I get woken up in the night through a take. I'm always a little bit dazed and confused, so when you ping your head torch on, and if you're in a swim where you need to get into the water to play a fish, that reflective band helps no end. The other thing about these is, because of the material they're made out of, they don't make you sweat in the summer, so they're very nice to wear sort of longer term for that reason as well. More of a comfort point of view than a weight point of view on that one. And because of the material, they dry really easy. So I generally just unclip the shoulder straps and hang them through the loop on the tailgate of my van. Should they be heavier, I wouldn't be able to do that because it'd pull the tailgate shut. So that's a big plus for me as well. The other thing is, when you're moving around in the water, they do sort of pull in tight on these buckles, so you can sort of move through the water much easier. At my syndicate now, I do a lot of wading baits out, and as you can see, I'm sort of sat in the edge here, and the reason for needing waders quite a lot here is there's a high bank behind, and if you're fishing zigs or anything like that, you really need to get into the water to cast just to give yourself a little bit more clearance. So I'm in and out of them quite a lot, so being easy to put on, being lightweight and sort of easy to manoeuvre in makes them perfect for that job. Now, these waders have pretty much had the sign off from all the biggest names in the industry. I know Scott Lloyd's used them pretty much since inception, Terry, also Oz Holness, loads of other people as well. I'm very sort of pleased to own a set, and I generally burn through waders quite quickly. Just as I say, sort of kneeling down, you get pierce holes in them, but these do come with a wader repair kit as well, and I'll always tend to repair waders before I sort of throw them away and move on. I'm wearing them multiple times a week. Obviously, if you're fishing 3-4 nights a week, then it'd be the same as me, I guess. But they're going to last you ages. Yeah, it's a big investment, but there's so many people we see out there that don't even have waders, and I think there's so many scenarios that you definitely need them. Just this morning, I was playing a fish, it kited down the edge, and if I didn't have waders, I wouldn't have been able to get that fish out because I had to go sort of through the trees and down the margin just to get a different line angle on it. So if you're in the market for a pair of waders, head over to your local Fortis stockist and have a look.